guys, what's going on? It's MassiveJoes RAW review, and I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Awesome! Raw review for the viewers at home today on one of the most highly anticipated all-day amino plus energy supplements we have seen thus far. It is, of course, Core ABCD in the house. Let's get straight into it, show you exactly what's in it, tell you exactly what it's going to do. That nutritional information panel ain't going to get it done. We're about to go balls deep in this here Core Nutritionals ABCD. Luckily, got ourselves a big ass nutritional information panel for the viewers at home. Dilip, go ahead. In fact, hold on, stop the press. Dilip, before you go ahead and throw up that big ass nutritional information panel for the viewers at home to play along with, first things first, I have to point out that this here Core ABCD is not a replacement or an updated version or a reformulation of the world famous, stupidly popular Core ABC. It's not. It's named very similarly. The only difference is the D, but it's a different type of supplement. Core ABC is your pure intra-workout during the day BCAA plus beta-alanine plus citrulline plus glutamine supplement, primarily targeted at muscular recovery. Add the D and you get Core ABCD, which is primarily a during the day amino plus energy pick-me-up type supplement. So still aimed at recovery, but more like an amino plus energy type supplement for use primarily during the day as like a pick-me-up, rather than an intra-workout or a during the day supplement primarily aimed at muscular recovery. That's ABC. If you guys are looking for the raw review on ABC, link is down below in the description box. This is raw review on this supplement, the ABCD. I will go through a much more detailed comparison later on in the raw review between the differences between the two, because I know a bunch of you want me to have that discussion. But first things first, we're about to go balls deep. Dilip, go ahead and cut up the big ass nutritional information panel for the viewers at home. Starting from the top, a serving size, 1 scoop, 10.75 grams, got yourself about 30. Of them, 1 scoop, 10.7 gram bitches. And one of these are Core Nutritionals ABCD bitches. In terms of what the 10.75 grams is made up of, Core, as they always do, full transparency on their labels, so we can do some quick sums, add up all of the active ingredients. There are in fact 8 active ingredients. If you split the BCAAs out, add them up, you quickly discover there's 8.2 grams of actives in each 10.75 gram scoop, which means we're dealing with 76% active ingredients, 24% flavors, sweeteners, no artificial colors, as Core do with all of their supplements. Don't use artificial colors or dyes or anything, or any of that unnecessary shit that you don't need in your body. That is pretty much bang on where we like to see amino acid supplements viewers at home. 20 to 25%, 30 is kind of pushing it for me personally, 40 is way too much, but 24% is pretty damn close to bang on what we like to see for supplements that you're going to be drinking a lot of during the day. In terms of what those 8 active ingredients are made up of, starting from the top, the branched chain amino acids, BCAAs, leucine, isoleucine, and valine. We're going to group these 3 together, viewers at home, because they are, of course, your BCAAs. They are in the clinically proven, scientifically studied 2-1-1 ratio, 2 being leucine, 1 and 1 being isoleucine and valine. So 2.5 grams or 2,500 milligrams of leucine, 1.25 grams of both isoleucine and valine. For viewers at home who are are not aware, BCAAs prevent the breakdown of muscle tissue during your workouts if you're using it intra-workout. They help reduce delayed onset muscle soreness, whether used during workout or throughout the day. They assist with muscle recovery, also used during workout or throughout the day. And they also increase protein synthesis, in particular when used with or in between meals. The clinical dose, or the scientifically studied dose of BCAAs intra-workout, is between 5 to 10 grams. We have 5 grams in each and every scoop of this Core Nutritionals ABCD. So we would go so far as to say it's clinically dosed. Moving right along, we then get into beta-alanine, Carnosine beta-alanine, the best beta-alanine we have seen thus far, in a 1.6 gram dose, or 1,600 milligrams. Beta-alanine, for viewers at home who are unaware, increases the concentration of carnosine in muscles, and that helps buffer the buildup of fatigue toxins such as lactic acid, hydrogen ions. It's therefore going to help improve muscular endurance when taken during workouts and in and around workouts. The clinical dose of carnosine beta-alanine is 3,200 milligrams. We have half of that, 1,600 milligrams, in each single scoop serve. So in a single scoop serve, we would have to say that it is underdosed because it's only half of that clinical dosing serve. But we'll get to that in a second. Moving right along, we then move into acetyl L-Carnitine, which is the C in the ABCD, acetyl L-Carnitine hydrochloride in a 500 milligram dose. This is, of course, L-carnitine with an acetyl group attached, which helps increase the bioavailability of the carnitine. Carnitine in its own right is a fat transporter. It helps transport fat from fat cells into the mitochondria of muscle cells, where that fat can be used as energy, viewers at home. We refer to carnitine in the industry as a fat metabolizer because it actually helps metabolize stored body fat as energy. The cool thing about the acetyl chain being attached, the acetyl group being attached to the carnitine molecule, is that the acetyl chain actually crosses the blood-brain barrier, where it helps with mental focus. And hence why we refer to acetyl L-carnitine as a nootropic, because it does assist with the functioning of your brain. In terms of the clinical dose, there's two ways to look at this. If you're looking at a clinical dose of carnitine from the acetyl L-carnitine to assist with fat metabolism, you need really 1,000 up to 2,000 milligrams, so 1 to 2 grams. If you're looking at it from the acetyl chain point of view to cross the blood-brain barrier and assist with mental focus, you're down around the 500 milligram dose. We have a 500 milligram dose in each and every scoop of this ABCD. So for the purposes of mental focus, we would say it's clinically dosed. For the purposes of fat metabolism, we would say it's about half dose. Moving right along, we then get into another nootropic, N-acetyl L-tyrosine, in a 500 milligram dose. For viewers at home who are unaware, N-acetyl L-tyrosine is, of course, L-tyrosine with an acetyl group attached, similar to acetyl L-carnitine. That acetyl group has the same effect on tyrosine as it does on carnitine, and that is to increase the bioavailability of the tyrosine for better absorption into the bloodstream. Hence, we refer to it as a nootropic amino acid. The reason why we refer to it as a nootropic amino acid is because tyrosine is a precursor to L-dopa. And L-dopa is a precursor to 3 neurotransmitters, the most prominent being dopamine, which is particularly used for increasing your feeling of mood and well-being. The second being adrenaline or epinephrine. The third being noradrenaline or norepinephrine. So a precursor to 3 neurotransmitters, hence why we refer to tyrosine as a nootropic amino acid. The acetyl chain in N-acetyl L-tyrosine also crosses the blood-brain barrier, as it does with acetyl L-carnitine, and helps improve cognition in the presence of stress and sleep deprivation. So it's gonna really, let's be honest, it's a pick-me-up type ingredient, this N-acetyl L-tyrosine, viewers at home, because not only is it a precursor to a bunch of neurotransmitters, but it's gonna improve cognition. It's going to improve the way that your brain works in the presence of stress and sleep deprivation, or pretty much when you're fatigued. So as a pick-me-up ingredient, N-acetyl L-tyrosine gets one of these emojis. Moving right along, we then move into another nootropic, choline bitartrate in a 500 milligram dose. Hold on. I got a little bit carried away with the N-acetyl L-tyrosine. I forgot to mention the clinical dose. The clinical dose of N-acetyl L-tyrosine, or the scientific or efficacious dose, is 300 to 500 milligrams. We have 500 milligrams in each and every scoop of this ABCD. So we would go so far as to say the N-acetyl L-tyrosine is clinically dosed. Now we can move along to another nootropic, choline bitartrate in a 500 milligram dose. This is choline combined with tartaric acid. The tartaric acid, similar to the acetyl chains in acetyl L-tyrosine and then acetyl carnitine, helps increase the bioavailability of choline, so your body is actually able to use the choline. Choline, again, is a nootropic. It again crosses the blood-brain barrier, where it works as a precursor not to dopamine, adrenaline, and noradrenaline, but as a precursor to another neurotransmitter, and that neurotransmitter is one of my personal favorites. That is acetylcholine. Acetylcholine, as a neurotransmitter, viewers at home, does two main things. It works to increase mental focus, but more specifically, it works to increase your ability to concentrate and pay attention. Fantastic neurotransmitter, this here, acetylcholine. In terms of the clinical dose to get these types of effects from choline bitartrate, it's between 250 right up to 3,000 milligrams. We have 500 milligrams of choline bitartrate in each and every scoop of this ABCD, so we would go so far as to say it is also clinically dosed. Moving right along, the final active ingredient, one we've all seen before, caffeine anhydrous in a 100 milligram dose. Caffeine anhydrous, of course, a central nervous system stimulant, enhances physical energy, reduces fatigue, and boosts psychological performance. The clinical dose, or most efficacious dose of caffeine, depends on what you're trying to get the caffeine to do. But generally, when we look at the performance enhancing effects of caffeine, we're talking about 200 to 300 milligrams. We only have 100 milligrams in each and every scoop of this ABCD, but that is for a very good reason that we'll get to when we talk about the effects. Got yourself about 24% artificial flavors, sweeteners, no artificial colors. And that's what's in it. So on paper, and keeping in mind that this supplement has been designed to be a during the day amino acid plus energy pick-me-up type supplement, very good on paper. Very, very good on paper. For the aminos, the recovery, you've got a full clinical dose of the scientifically studied 2:1 ratio BCAAs. From an energy perspective, you've got a bunch of different nootropic ingredients there, some that are precursors to certain neurotransmitters that are going to help with feeling of well-being and mood, some that are precursors to neurotransmitters that are going to help with mental focus and concentration. You really do have, from the perspective of the types of ingredients you'd want in an amino acid-based supplement that you could take any time of day to give you not just muscle recovery, but a pick-me-up to effectively replace, your coffee or your tea or whatever you use as a pick-me-up during the day. It really does tick a lot of boxes. In terms of what it's missing, if you want to get real picky with it, you could, I guess, make the argument, you could say, well, we should probably have something in there to help nutrient delivery. What about a citrulline or a citrulline malate, just to help increase blood flow, vasodilation, and get the nutrients that we're eating throughout the day into muscle cells so that they can work in combination with the BCAAs and assist muscle recovery. You could make that argument if you wanted. The other argument you could make is you could say, okay, there's a good ingredient in there for mental focus, but let's add more. Let's put something in there that stops the breakdown of acetylcholine. You've got choline bitartrate boosting as a precursor to acetylcholine, so boosting acetylcholine levels. Why don't we put some huperzine in there to stop the acetylcholine being broken down. You could also have an argument that says, well, we've got a precursor to dopamine in there, but why don't we actually put L-Dopa in there as well? So you can start getting really picky and say, you know, I want a little bit more of this, a little bit more of this, you know, and develop a formula that's very specific to you. But generally speaking, if you're thinking about what you would put in an all-day amino acid supplement to help boost muscle recovery and to work as a pick-me-up throughout the day, I mean, ABCD really does tick all those boxes. In terms of how it tastes, how it mixes, comes in 3 flavors, viewers at home. Comes in pineapple, strawberry. Comes in grape drink. Comes in my personal favorite, Australian gummy snakes, aka flavor. Dilip, I hope you beep that out because I really don't want to get sued anymore, man. Infamous MassiveJoes taste and mixability test about to go down. I'm going to make this one directly based on the directions or the label instructions. Mix 1 scoop in 8 to 12 ounces of water. Got our Team MassiveJoes Elite Shaker already prepared. Prepared this one earlier, viewers at home, with 10 ounces of water exactly, so smack bang in that mixability range as instructed by Core Nutritionals on their label. Gonna take myself 1 scoop of this Core ABCD. This is actually my personal tub right here, viewers at home, in the Australian gummy snakes flavor. And I will point out straight away that round of applause to Core Nutritionals, because we have done the MassiveJoes weight test on this scoop, and this scoop is almost bang on 10.75 grams in a level scoop. It's literally like 10.8 grams. So, you know, to get that close with such a specific 10.75 gram scoop and to design a scoop that hits that almost perfectly, bravo to Core Nutritionals. So the scoop is bang on if you're using a completely level scoop. So that's what we're about to do now. About to take 1 level scoop of Core ABCD. Throw it in my Team MassiveJoes Elite Shaker. Chuck the cap on top. Throw down a few flicks of the wrist. I'm gonna show you guys how it mixes. I'm gonna say refresh my memory on how it tastes, but I know how it tastes, man. I've been sipping this shit all day already. So pleasure myself with the taste of this Australian gummy snakes Core ABCD, baby. All right, I think that is enough. As you guys can see, high content of leucine, no surprises there. It does froth up, especially because I just shook the absolute shit out of it. If I let it sit there, it is gonna, as you can see it already, it's starting to separate out. Let me show you in the infamous double wall glass exactly how it has mixed in the Team MassiveJoes Elite Shaker. And boom. No surprises here, viewers at home. Perfectly mixed. You do have some floaters on top, as I mentioned, because of that high leucine content. You got no sinkers. You got nothing there in the middle. That being said, man, 5 grams of BCAAs per scoop, it ain't gonna mix in a glass with a spoon. So I would go so far as to say blendable is required for this here Core Nutritionals ABCD. Let me pleasure myself with some more of this Australian gummy snakes flavor, baby. No surprises here, viewers at home. If you have tried anything Core, but in particular Core ABC, you will know that they do not mess around with their flavor systems. They are always on point. They are always very easy to drink across all the flavors, and no exceptions with this Core ABCD. It is just, I mean, once again, they've nailed it. They've nailed the flavors. Really pleasant to drink. Just an absolute pleasure to drink Core ABCD. It is really that good. If I had the hypothetical and you asked me to rank the flavors, I really don't want to because I like all of them. If I had to rank them, I would go Australian gummy snakes definitely as my number 1. I'd go pineapple strawberry as my number 2 and grape as my number 3. That's just my personal preference. They are really all good though. I mean, the gummy snakes taste exactly like bleep that out. The pineapple strawberry is your fruity based flavor. Your summer fruit based flavor, and the grape is just grape drink. I mean, down to a point. So the flavors they have, as they always do, have done very, very well with this ABCD. In terms of the effects, because that's what you're taking this shit for, viewers at home. You're taking this shit to help muscular recovery. You're taking this shit as a pick-me-up, as a substitute to tea or coffee or sugary caffeine-loaded drinks during the day. That's what this ABC is designed to do, and that's how we have to talk about the effects. It is a fantastic during the day pick-me-up type supplement. The ingredients, the dosing, they really have nailed it. And I'm gonna backpedal a bit because when we were going through the nutritional panel, there were a couple of ingredients there that in a single scoop were underdosed. The first was beta-alanine, and the second was, the first was beta-alanine, the second was acetyl L-Carnitine in terms of fat metabolism, the third was caffeine. The reason why the beta-alanine is at half clinical dose is because if you put 3.2 milligrams of beta-alanine, 3.2 grams of beta-alanine in each and every scoop, the tingles are just intense. If you're not using it as a pre-workout, remember, in a single scoop, you're using it as a during the day pick-me-up. 3.2 grams of beta-alanine would just drive even me nuts, and I've got a big tolerance to beta-alanine. So the reason why there's half clinical dose is to still give you the tingle type effect, and obviously to help boost carnosine during the day so that when you do train, you've got that build up to buffer the fatigue toxins, but not to give you too much that it's an uncomfortable tingles effect. So I mean, by design, that is a very intelligent way to get the benefits of beta-alanine without the side effects of the stupid tingles. The acetyl L-Carnitine is another one in there as well. There's a couple of reasons why that's dosed lower than it should be for fat metabolism. The first is because it's not really in here for fat metabolism. It's in here for the mental focus side of the acetyl chain. The second reason is if you want to use it as a pre-workout, you can double scoop it and then you get your full clinical dose of acetyl L-Carnitine. The third ingredient is the caffeine. The reason why caffeine's in here at 100 milligrams instead of 200 and 300 is because it works very well in conjunction with the nootropics to give you a mild pick-me-up that's not going to blow your head off like a pre-workout supplement is. So when you start to consider the way that all the ingredients have been synergistically put in the dosages that they've been put in, there's no surprise that as a during the day pick-me-up type amino acid supplement, there really is nothing on the market at this point in time that comes close. There's been a lot of companies that have tried to do it, viewers at home, and they've done stupid shit like up the caffeine way too high or just put caffeine with no nootropics, so you're only getting the transient effects of caffeine that last for 30, 45 minutes to an hour, but you're not getting any nootropics that are actually going to uplift and increase your feeling of well-being, your mood, your ability to concentrate and focus and have those nice nootropic type effects. There's been other supplement companies that have nailed that, but have thrown a bunch of essential amino acids without BCAAs. So really underdosed the BCAAs that are going to be primarily in there for muscle recovery and have the biggest effect on muscle recovery, kind of pixie dusted those and then thrown in some cheap EAAs in there. There really hasn't been a company that has nailed the during the day amino acid plus energy pick-me-up type supplement like Core has done with this ABCD. They really it's a very well put together supplement, and the effects that you get off it, reflect that. Fantastic muscular recovery, hugely reduced delayed onset muscle soreness, amazing feeling of pick me up, where it's not just a stimulant heavy, pick me up. It's like literally an elevated state, which means you can take this supplement more than once a day. You can take it as a morning pick-me-up instead of a coffee in the morning. You can take it as an afternoon pick-me-up. You can take it as a lunchtime pick-me-up with your meal if you want. You can use it at multiple times during the day, and you don't have to, worry about getting a gram of caffeine because there's 300 milligrams of caffeine in it per scoop. It really is just a very well put together, very versatile, really nice amino acid plus energy supplement to have during the day. The other thing in terms of the effects that I do need to mention is that it can be used intra-workout. So if you want to use ABCD as an intra-workout supplement, you definitely can do that. You do just have to be aware of, how much caffeine you're taking in between your pre-workout and your intra-workout supplement. You can also use it as a pre-workout supplement or even a pre-cardio supplement in a 2-scoop dose. So if you want, a full clinical dose of beta-alanine, a full clinical dose of acetyl L-Carnitine, over clinical dose of nootropics like choline and acetyltyrosine, and a mild dose of caffeine in the 200 milligram dose, you can take 2 scoops as a pre-workout supplement or as a pre-cardio supplement to help with fat burning, to help with fat loss. So not only is it a great during the day amino acid plus energy type supplement, but it is a very versatile supplement that you can hit a few different uses with as well. In terms of this is what you guys, this is what I know a bunch of you have been waiting for right here. The comparison of ABC to ABCD. So I'm gonna give it to you guys. First things first, same amount of BCAAs per scoop. Same amount, same ratio, 2:1:1. You take 1 scoop of ABCD, you get 5 grams, 2:1:1 ratio BCAAs. You take 1 scoop of ABC, exactly the same, 5 grams, 2:1:1 ratio BCAAs. ABCD actually has more beta-alanine per scoop than ABC does. So ABCD, you get 1.6 grams per scoop. ABC, you get 1.25 grams per scoop. ABCD does not have citrulline malate or glutamine in it, whereas ABC does. So ABC has an ingredient in there to further help muscle recovery, the glutamine, and an ingredient to help nutrient delivery, the citrulline malate, which is particularly important in intra-workout. Even though ABCD doesn't have glutamine or citrulline malate, it does instead have acetyl L-Carnitine and acetyl L-Tyrosine, choline, and caffeine. So you're losing 2 ingredients, but you're gaining 4 ingredients. ABCD is more expensive than ABC, so we'll go through price and value for money in a second, but it's $1.67 per scoop compared to $1.10 per scoop for ABC. That being said, obviously ABC is a much bigger container. It's a 100-scoop container compared to a 30-scoop container, but it is better value for money at the moment until Core decide to do ABCD in a 100-scoop tub. And then finally, ABCD at the moment has less flavors. It has 3 flavors compared to ABC, which has 11 flavors. That's the comparison between ABC and ABCD. So a lot of people are thinking, which one do I go and get? Well, it depends what you're looking for in your amino acid supplement. If you're looking for a great value for money, BCAA supplement that can be used primarily intra-workout, but then also during the day without the use of stimulants, you go for ABC. If you're looking for a very versatile BCAA supplement that can be used during the day, has ingredients in there that will help as a pick-me-up, can also be used intra-workout, pre-workout, or pre-cardio, and you're not worried about paying a few more cents per serve, then you go for your ABCD. So it really depends what your primary purpose is looking for this type of supplement. Is it intra-workout during the day, help with muscular recovery, or is it intra-workout, possibly pre-workout, possibly pre-cardio, help with muscular recovery, and also give me a little bit of a boost as well? That's how I would compare the 2 supplements. Finally, Few final things I need to say about ABCD. In terms of side effects, no side effects that we've noticed, no post-energy slump or anything like that. It just doesn't happen. There's just not enough caffeine in there to cause that to happen. The one side effect that I will make note of is the beta-alanine tingle. So if you are quite sensitive to beta-alanine, there is 1.6 grams per scoop in this ABCD, so you will feel the beta-alanine tingle, so just be prepared for that. In terms of stackability, it stacks pretty much with everything, no matter what type of use you're looking for. The one thing you do need to be aware of is the caffeine content, especially if you're taking it intra-workout along with a pre-workout. Say your pre-workout's got 300 milligrams of caffeine or even 400, and then you throw in another 100 milligrams intra-workout, you may be getting to the point where it's too much caffeine and it's going to start having a negative effect on your workouts instead of a positive effect. The final thing, viewers at home, is in terms of price and value for money. We have touched on this a little bit already. In the Australian market, you're looking at $49.95 for the 30-serve tub, so it comes out at $1.67 per serve. It's pretty standard for a 30-serve high-quality BCAA supplement in the Australian market to pay about $50 for 30 serves. But the benefit of the Core ABCD is it's not just BCAAs. You're getting all of those nootropics plus your drive-type ingredients plus your beta-alanine in there as well. So it's much more than what you'd normally get for your $50 in a 30-serve amino acid supplement. Guys, that's pretty much all I can say. I honestly don't think I could say anything more about this Core ABCD. So guys, if you are in the market for a top shelf during the day amino acid plus energy supplement, there really is nothing on the market like it. You have to go out and get yourself a tub of this Core ABCD. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn your post notifications on your mobile and your desktop PC so you don't miss a beat when it comes to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. Guys, if you like this video, be sure to like this video, throw down a comment. We get back to each and every one of them, and spread the love. Share this video around. Spread the love on the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. And guys, that is MassiveJoes RAW review on the all-new Core ABCD in the house. And I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Stay